come means something like to walk or to go, and some just really strengthens the meaning. So maybe it suggests walking on, continuing on. But the verb sankamati takes on a special meaning in Indian philosophical literature. The meaning is to transmigrate. And so in Buddhist literature, sankamana means the transmigration of a soul or self from one body to another, from one life to another. And in Buddhism, of course, transmigration is of a self or soul is denied. And so the king is asking, first I'll translate word for word, Venerable Nagasena, is there any being who from this body to another body transmigrates? Or in normal English, Venerable Nagasena, is there any being who transmigrates from this body to another body? And here, when they speak about a being transmigrating, this implies a soul or a self. And so Nagasena replies, Nahi Maharaja. Maharaja means great king. And na means no, and then the he gives a little punch to that no. Something like, surely not, great king. Then the king says, Yadi Bante Nagasena, Imamha Kaya, Anyang Kayang, San Kamanto Nati, Nanu Muto Bhavisati, Papa Kehi, Kamehi Ti. Okay, the yadi we've just come across means if. And to get the sense of the sentence, jump from yadi to nati. If there was no, then we come taking the sentence a little bit out of order. Okay, let's go in order. Yadi, if Venerable Nagasena, Imam Hakaya Anyang Kayang, from this body to another body, Sankamanto. Here Sankamanto is what form? What form? Excuse me? Not the case, but what form of speech is it? Present participle. And here you see, there's no separate subject mentioned. So we can understand that the present participle is functioning as the subject. So we would render the sense in English as one transmigrating. So if there is no one transmigrating from this body to another body, okay, that's setting up the hypothesis. Then the consequence that follows from that consequence, the consequence that follows from that hypothesis, nanu muto bhavisati papakehi kamehi. The nanu is asking the question, poses the question. Na is negative and the nu gives the question flavor to it. Like, wouldn't it be the case? Wouldn't it follow? Muto means that one would be free. Bhavisati is future of bhavati or hoti, will be. And papakehi kamehi is what case? What case? Instrumental or ablative? I think ablative is more appropriate. The instrumental and ablative plural, instrumental, ablative, plural are identical in form, and their meanings often converge. But here, ablative is better. So wouldn't it follow that one would be free from evil karmas, from evil actions? And notice, generally, in Pali syntax, the verb comes at the end, but here the verb comes a little before the end in order to give it gives a special emphasis to this sentence, like he's showing that there's dangerous consequences would follow. So the sense of the sentence, if it were the case, Venerable Nagasena, that there is no one, no self or soul, transmigrating from this body to another body, then wouldn't one be freed from evil karmas? One could do evil actions, one could do whatever one wants, break all the precepts, and one wouldn't have to worry about getting a bad rebirth or suffering in future lives. Then Nagasena replies, Ama Maharaja, Yadina Patisandaheya, Mutto Bhavisati, Papakehi Kamehi. So Ama means yes. Yes, great king. If, now here another word is introduced, Pati Sandaheya. Pati Sandaheya is, what type of noun is this? It's not a noun, I'm sorry. I'm not deliberately misleading you. What type of verb is this? What mood is it? Not the causative, no. Optative. And the indicative, it's third person singular. This indicative form is pati sandahati. It comes from the root da, which means to put, to place. Then you get the simple verb dahati. Then it has the two prefixes pati and sam. But when the meets the, then through the law of sandhi, gets changed to the dental so it becomes pati sandahati. And it's hard to get, by looking at the root and the prefixes, it's hard to know exactly what the verb means. We just have to see how it's used in context. And in the context, what this indicates is, you could say that rebirth through a relinking of the consciousness from one body to the next, rather than, and the Buddhists use this idea in contrast with the idea of transmigration, which was the Hindu idea, the mainstream Brahminic idea. This idea is that there's a self or soul that transmigrates, it remains the same, and it goes on from one life to the next. For the Buddhists, there's no self or soul that transmigrates, but the stream of consciousness continues flowing on from moment to moment, and the consciousness which passes away in one life relinks with a new body and then continues flowing on in the next life. So it's like a stream which is always changing, a stream of water always changing, always becoming. It doesn't remain the same. But that consciousness doesn't come to an end at death, but it relinks with a new physical body and then flows on, again still changing in the new life. And so this idea of relinking or reconnecting, this is the Buddhist idea of rebirth, which contrasts with the Hindu or Brahminic idea of rebirth as the transmigrating or reincarnation of a soul. And so Nagasena says, yes, great king, Ama Maharaja, if one did not relink, if one did not reconnect, if one did not undergo rebirth, one would be freed from evil karmas, evil action. Yasma chako Maharaja pati sandahati tasma na parimutto papakehi kamehi. Here, chukko takes on the meaning of but. Usually cha means and, but here it establishes a contrast. And the yasma means because, since. And yasma refers to tasma, which comes later on. But because, great king, pati sandahati, because one is reborn, because one reconnects, tasma na parimutto papakehi kamehi. Therefore, one is not freed from evil actions.
Pari means completely free, right?
Yeah, actually that's, yeah.
One is not completely free from evil actions.
Yeah. Though, I don't know if there's any significance, not much significance in the change of word. It's not implying that, perhaps the sense is that one is not freed at all from evil actions. Yeah. Therefore, one is not at all free from evil actions. Okay, then the king next expresses his puzzlement. He says, Bante Nagasena, nucha sankamati, pati sandahiti. I'm sorry, I'm off. Bante Nagasena, nucha sankamati, pati sandahati cha. And notice, no subject of the verbs is specified. But in Pali, when you have just a verb without any specified subject, the implicit subject is just the general one. So he says, Venerable Nagasena, he's puzzled now, perplexed, the king. He says, one does not transmigrate, and yet one reconnects, one is reborn. In other words, how could it be the case? Is it the case that one could be reborn without any transmigration of a self or soul? Then Bante Nagasena says, Amar Maharaja, Nucha Sankamati Pati Sandahati cha. He just repeats the same thing as a statement rather than a question. Yes, great king, one does not transmigrate, and yet one is reborn, one reconnects. Then the king asks, Kattang Bante Nagasena, Nucha Sankamati, Pati Sandahati cha. How is it, Venerable Nagasena, that one does not transmigrate, and yet one reconnects, one is reborn? Opamang karohi. And here karohi is what part of speech? Or what form of the verb? What is that? It's a command, but we call it, a grammatical term, imperative. And it's imperative singular. So it's, and opamang means simile. So make a simile. Make up a simile. When you read Buddhist literature, you see many, many similes, especially in the older texts. Okay, so then Bante Nagasena gives the famous simile of the lamp. Yata Maharaja Kochid Eva Puriso Padipato Padipang Padipeya. Kinnu Ko So Maharaja Padipo Padipamha Sankamanto. Okay, yata means as if, or as. As, great king, Kochideva Puriso, some person, some man. Here, Padipato is what case? Ablative. And Padipang is what case? Accusative. And Padipeya is a verb, optative verb. Optative, singular, first person, right. Okay. So it is as if some man were to light one lamp from another lamp. Whereas if a man from one lamp were to light another lamp. Kinnu ko so Maharaja padipo padipamha sankamanto. Kin indicates that it's posing a question. Kin no, like, is it the case? Then the ko is just a little emphatic. Is it the case, great king, that lamp, sankamanto, is passing over, or has been passed over, or let's use the present participle form, that lamp has been passing over, padipamha is what? What case? Ablative. So the padipo refers to the new lamp, the newly lit lamp. Padipamha, the ablative, is referring to the old lamp. Is it the case that the new lamp has been passed over from the old lamp? Or is it the case, in other words, that the flame of the lamp is transmigrated from the old lamp to the new lamp? And the king says, Nahi Bhante, surely not, Venerable Sir. Then Nagasena concludes, Evam eva. Evam eva means in the same way. Evam eva ko, in the same way, great king. Nucha sankamati, patti sandahati cha. In the same way, great king, one does not transmigrate, and yet one reconnects. Here, the stream of consciousness is like the flame. The body is like the body of the physical body is like the base of the lamp. And as the flame of one lamp is used to light the flame of the next lamp, but we don't say that the flame of the old lamp transmigrates to the body of the new lamp. So the consciousness passes over from this body into a new body, but it doesn't transmigrate as one entity, but rather just the flow, a stream of consciousness reconnects and starts in the new life. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to go any further today, so.
When we have the
Yeah.
you said the soul was that
Yeah.
type of land.
Yeah.